Hello everybody, my name is Mark, and if you are joining me, you know that it's time, Friday, so it's time for me to jump in and do another Hearthstone Mill Brawl. So I'm assuming that my sound is working. I don't have any way to verify that right now, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in and start talking about this. So you may notice this week I've only got 30 minutes set up on the clock. I apologize. I am super swamped today and need to get to a lot of things. But I didn't want to miss my second episode ever, obviously. So I'm going to go and do this. Again, the purpose of this for me is to get a little bit of learning, see if anybody stops by, wants to have a little bit of fun, wants to have an open chat, and to just go ahead and learn a little bit about Twitch, learn a little bit about Hearthstone, and, you know, improve my ability as a streamer. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. For those of you who are watching for the first time, the way that I like to do these things is once a week I jump into Tavern Brawl. I have 3 rules. Those rules are, when I do a Tavern Brawl, I have to create a deck, when I'm allowed to create a deck, that is focused on milling my opponent. I have to try and get my first win and the pack that I will get from that Tavern Brawl using mill. And if the ability to actually mill presents itself in a game, I have to try and do that, as opposed to just trying to win through some other crazy thing that might happen in the brawl. So I'm going to jump in. I've given myself 30 minutes. I usually do an hour, but I've given myself 30 minutes, which is a really tall task because I've got to create the deck and jump in and play with it. But I've given myself 30 minutes because of how busy I am today. So anybody who hops in, please feel free to ask any questions. If you're watching this later on YouTube or something like that, also feel free. Ask any questions in the comments. Still, obviously, super small, so always going to be interacting with anybody who's there. Happy to answer questions about myself, about what I've been doing in the games industry for the last 12 years or so, or anything you may be interested in. So, without further ado, let's jump into the brawl. I looked at this brawl. I have obviously not played it, and I have not done a ton of thinking about how I'm going to approach it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my best here to create this deck on the fly. I do have 1 or 2 thoughts, and I read this description previously. So Blingtron's ready to rumble. He changes your hero power to get a random weapon, and he gives you random weapons. So I don't know how often he's going to give me a random weapon. That's the biggest question, I think. But I'm going to start somewhat boring and super simple, and I'm going to start with a kind of traditional rogue deck, Mill Rogue, with a couple small changes. So I'm adding backstabs, eviscerates, to obviously try and stay alive here early in the game. I'm adding a Blade Fury. I actually usually only run Blade Flurry. I think this week it makes a ton of sense to run 2. I'm assuming that the decks I'm facing are going to have a lot of weapon-dependent minions. We'll probably see a lot of that guy, Dread Corsair, I think, who comes out depending on the strength of your weapon and some of the other folks that buff their weapons. Trying to think what else. I usually run at least a single fan of knives. Probably need to do that for some kind of card draw. I need to keep a running tally in the back of my head. I've got 1 extra Blade Flurry, so that's not going to come back. I think Sabotage is going to be really good. I don't know whether to do 1 or 2. I have to combo it, but I have lots of cheap stuff. I'm going to put 2 in just because it feels like it's going to need something like that. So I'm probably going to lose. I would usually run a Dark Iron Skulker. I'm probably going to go ahead and lose that as one of the cards that I have to, you know, kind of get back from adding a pair of Sabotages and a second Blade Flurry. And then we'll keep going through the rest of what I do. So I am going to jump in and just hop and put some of the guys that always end up Bran, Healbots. Whoops. I should probably have Cold Light Oracles in my Rogue Mill deck. You know, basically that's the only way I've got to mill them. I need to have... I had Pandas last week. Gosh, I'm not even fully... I can't even fully remember what usually goes in this deck. I might be missing some super big, important stuff. Got my 2 Gang Ups. I've got my Cold Lights. I'll sometimes put in Dancing Swords. Oh, of course. The big Taunters, Death Lords. Definitely want those. I need him to have card advantage. I usually run at least one Shiv to try and get going a little bit earlier with cards, but I don't... Maybe a Loot Hoarder? No. Why not a Thalnos? Why not a Thalnos? It's a question I ask myself every day when I wake up. I don't think that. So any other synergies that make sense with getting weapons all the time? This is one of those brawls I think that I'm going to have a chance of just winning by getting fortunate with the good weapons. And so, you know, Harrison's a great card here. There's a chance that I'll win this type of brawl without actually having milled the opponent. Do I want to do things like Acidic Swamp Ooze? It's not really in the spirit of the deck. It's probably really good. Same with Tinkers or Goblin Auto Barber. Oh, I usually have Deadly Poisons, but I'm not going to put those in. So why don't I put in one Auto Barber, and let's just try this, in one Ooze. And we're going to jump right in. We got to learn. We got 25 minutes. We got to do more than just play around here and create a deck. We got to hopefully learn a little bit from continuing to watch it. So I will take this opportunity as we look for a worthy opponent to make sure that everybody is reminded that I am not good at Hearthstone. I don't pretend to be good at Hearthstone. I enjoy Hearthstone and I play it a lot, but I certainly would not put myself in the category of somebody who thinks he's better than other folks. I'm probably pretty average. I think I end up achieving higher ranks every month just because of the amount that I play, but hopefully doing something like this and streaming will raise my game to another level. But more than likely I'll just stay in the be able to bask in the mediocrity that I've enjoyed to this point. So Harrison's interesting. I think I'm just going to keep it. I'm obviously playing a rogue. I suspect I'm going to run into tons of rogues. I'm thinking I'm just going to keep this outright. Oh, no, I don't want a Blade Flurry. I don't need a Blade Flurry now. But I like this. I like this. I like being able to remove something nice and early. I like being able to play Death Lord early. The heal bot's not really helping me. But that's okay. All right. Foam Sword. When this breaks, randomly summon a new weapon. Oh, okay. So that's how he's going to give you weapons, I suppose. And then also you can hero power to get a new weapon. But why is it starting us with these foams? Or when this breaks, we'll randomly summon a new weapon. So when the second weapon runs out, am I just going to be weaponless? Oh, we also start with 40 health. It's an interesting little balance there. I wonder if they played a bunch of these and people just were dying instantly. So he's gonna pop this, right? And he's gonna get a new... Yeah, see, this is just what we're gonna run into. It's just tons and tons of little cards that have synergies. Light's Justice. Whenever you equip a weapon, give it +1 attack. All right, well, there's the Cold Light. I have no idea how to play this brawl. This is the first couple times I do this. I just never know what's worth getting rid of. So he's not going to be rid of that for a while. He might be able to hero power and gain +1, but I'm thinking about just leaving this on the board. Oh, I don't have to leave it on the board. I can swing the weapon at it. Okay. Yeah, sure. I think we'll go that direction. When this weapon... okay, so... Alright, so Blingtron's Blade is always there. That is a persistent. It's not just the Foam Sword. Your hero power becomes deal 2 damage. No, I don't want that hero power. So I guess before I do the 4th charge, I need to be sure that... Alright. Whoa. Before I do the 4th charge, I need to be sure I get rid of this thing. So I can go here, right? Here. Pass. And he can pop this, but I actually want his minions to come out. A, because I want him to burn the card because I'm milling him, and B, because I bet he's got a ton of battle cry, special spell stuff in there that he's not going to like seeing pulled out that way. So, like, I would love to pull that out. Obviously, won't be happening this time, but I definitely don't want to sap that. That's good. Okay, great. So that comes out. This is not nice. I was about to say this is really nice here, but that would count as a death rattle, right? Yes. So what I have to do is that. Oi. Oh, that counts as a death rattle too? Okay. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sap this. And we're going to kill your 2 dudes. And this is where I really wish that I had Deadly Poison. Although that wouldn't be the spirit of the deck. If I were able to just kind of Deadly Poison this Doomhammer twice, that wouldn't be in the spirit of Mill Brawl, because I wouldn't be milling. So I'm going to go ahead and hope that I can get it to mill here. So now I can Harrison, but so this is actually really interesting. I might want to Harrison here because I actually don't want a lot of cards drawn. And he's probably going to run this into my Harrison. I'm going to do that because I actually don't want to draw a ton of cards. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to come on in. What did he draw? Double all damage dealt to your hero. Sure. I'm sure you're not a fan of that when I've got the Doomhammer. He's going to Blingtron out of that for sure. So I would assume that he's going to run this guy into here because he can't take 10. So he's going to run. He's going to trade the Bloodsail into the Harrison, which is a fine trade for me. I got the one card that I wanted. I've actually got an opportunity here to mill. That's good. So he didn't get something big enough to kill this. So he's definitely going to have to run this in. I can no longer pull a weapon. Okay. Not good. Gain attack equal to the attack of your weapon. All right. So now can I go here twice? Bran, Cold Light, and hope that I get a prep. No, prep doesn't help me. Yikes. I think I have to heal bot. I got to do this. Oh, I can't do that either. Do I have to sap this again? It's just going to come back again as a 5/3. But I really don't see any other choice here. I don't really want to leave this 6/3 out. So if I hit it, I go down to 6. Hit it and do that, but then I can't heal bot. So I have to... Oy. I think I have to hope I can make it a little while longer. What is this? This is a 3/4. I can't play... Come on. Come on, Doomhammer. Oh, missed 2 damage. That was it. This was the run, and I missed 2 damage. It's all over. So, excuse me. I turn away from the mic to breathe. I would imagine that that was played really, really poorly. But there's not really much I can do about it now. I'm sure that I had better options there. This is now his second Slight's Justice. You're going to knock on my office door. Okay. Nothing is good about what's going on right now. I'm probably just flat out dead. I can heal bot, which will presumably let me last a turn, and maybe he'll kill the heal bot. I could heal bot ping. I could vanish, but that's not particularly good. It's just putting the 5/5 back into his hand. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to heal bot. I'm going to have a little bit of lag there for some reason. And I'm just going to go... I should probably stop just swinging with Reckless Abandon with this guy. Maybe missing that last one wasn't such a bad thing. because I need something for removal, and I got no way to get it back because of this dumb weapon that I pulled earlier. So here's the plan, right? So I'm going to pass. He's going to swing. His 50-50 is going to activate and hit this. Yes, I'm still alive, assuming he doesn't have something like a cold blood or... Okay. So that's definitely going to hit me. Okay. That's an interesting card to have in this. Okay. So, I have no idea what's going to happen here. I don't know that there's any way out of this for me. But we're going to see what happens when I draw a bunch of cards. So, I have 2 mana. Alright, I can kill this guy. I can Blade Flurry, but that's only worth 2. I can... Did I not pull a prep? Oh, I didn't even pull a prep. Okay. So I'm dead. I'm definitely dead. I have 7. I can kill this. And this. But that's not nearly enough. Can I kill... Oh, I have to take the 7 to kill this. Okay, I've lost. This is one of the other things in Mill Brawl, is that I will not concede. I'll let this guy win, which he well deserved, because I got to move on. Yes. Well, what I'm not going to let him do is BM me. So what I won't do is concede early when I feel like I'm not going to win. I mean, very clearly I wasn't going to win that game pretty much about halfway through. But what I will do is concede when there's lethal on the board. So I went ahead and did that. Let's go ahead and jump back in. What did we learn? Not very much, right? I mean, that was a pretty bad draw for us. I think this is going to be a struggle because the game's going to move really quick with all of the weapons, but there's nothing I would necessarily pull out of the deck that I thought was either struggling or needs to help and do it. I mean, is going to help us significantly. So we'll wait and try again as I check my phone to be sure the world isn't crumbling down around me. But I had a lot of fun doing this last week. I watched the video once, which is, kind of crushing to anyone's dignity to watch yourself on film and hear yourself go. But I hear your own voice and see your own face and all of those terrible things about yourself. But I had a lot of fun doing it. Part of the reason I wanted to make sure I made time, even if it was only half an hour today, and I'm hoping that I will get kind of incrementally better as I start to put these up. And that eventually, am able to build a small audience of people who enjoy hanging out with me and playing Hearthstone. I'd like to get to a point where I'm having some, even if it's 2 people, 3 people, 5 people that I could be chatting with as I play and kind of interacting with. And then that's where I think I'll really shine, answering questions, and I'll really personally enjoy that stuff. But we'll see in the coming weeks if that happens. So after that digression, anything that I can do here or should do here, I think it's probably worth just trying to get rid of this foam sword. I don't want to swing into the zombie chow because killing the zombie chow with all this armor obviously doesn't do me any good. So it's actually kind of an interesting card for this brawl. I wonder if I'm going to see a lot of that. If you have a minion with taunt, gain +1 durability. Well, he doesn't really have anything. Is that worth... It's probably not... Well, probably is just to get the 2-drop out, right? And then, tempo-wise, his turn's going to be pretty bad next turn. And then I can drop the Death Lord on curve, and I get a new weapon. Oh! Okay. So this is good and bad. I was not expecting that to happen. I keep forgetting that the Death Rattle... so this guy needs to come out, and so does the Ambusher guy. Because it's really only specifically helpful... That's interesting. So he's going to do this, and then he's going to lose it. Does he know that? Oh, wah, wah. Sorry about that, buddy. Okay. So I'm going to play this... I'm just going to hang out. I don't want to use my Death Spite until he pops that Nerubian egg. So I'm just going to play this and hang out and hope that he doesn't really have a lot going on and only does the 2 damage with his new hero power. Okay. So I can actually destroy his weapon and he'll get no weapon for the rest of this game, which is kind of brutal because I would suspect that his whole deck is built around that. So, sorry, I forgot to turn off the chat sound. Somebody told me last week that that was really loud and obnoxious. Alright, so if I play Harrison here, I get 4 cards. I'd coin, so I'd 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minus 2 is 5. Technically would have 9. That's not a bad deal. Let's try that. So the problem is I'm way ahead on draw. The gang ups should help. Let's see. The gang ups should help with that problem. Is it worth playing any? I can't even really play anything. I could technically Blade Flurry, but no, that's not worth it. So the gang ups should help. If I can get a Cold Light here, we're actually in really good shape. Because I can Cold Light, gang it up. I can make up some of the card difference. Wait. Did I mess this up again? I did. So this is a passive. This is not a death rattle. Blingtron's Blade is a passive. I don't know if I'm using the right term there, but a passive, not a death rattle. So that stinks. Also stinks how much cards he's playing right now. Drain life. Why? Why that card? So he's going to keep getting weapons. So the play that I made is different. Not bad, just different. It's an important distinction. That's what I learned in middle school. Oh man, 8 minutes left. It looks like this is going to be the last game. It's a little bit of a bummer. I'm sorry for shortchanging the stream this week. I promise next week will be a full game. But I just couldn't do it this week. So I can swing here and then get a new weapon, kill these 2 guys, or what does he have again? He's just got a 1/1 Cogmaster's Wrench. I need a Cold Light, so I really kind of need some draw, and these 2 preps aren't doing me any good. So I could go here and then swing. That's probably best, right? Because he still can't even deal with all that. Well, he can after I do this. Whoops. That's okay, though. So that's going to clear his board. Gives me a Ogre Maul. Do I want a new one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gosh, I really need my Cold Lights. I got a lot of stuff I could do. Yeah, why not? So I did that. If I get a Vanish now, I can prep Vanish and pull him back. I don't think he's going to try or be able to kill him. That's good for this. Hopefully, although I guess that's good for this 50% of the time that I can take it out. This is so fun checking out all these new weapons. Wow, this is the second time in a row someone's got a Cursed Blade. I feel for you. And you can't get rid of it for this turn. Okay. Let's first of all see if this works. No, we kind of want to go there. Well, I guess we don't care where we go. Alright, that worked. I could do this now. Oi, this is kind of not nice. Remember what I said that the spirit of the deck was to mill? Oh! Well, I think I'm going to count that as our first victory that's not a victory. So that is an unwelcome pack. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not one to turn down packs. My mom always told me don't look a gift pack in the emblem. But I don't feel great about that. So I've got 5 minutes and 9 seconds left. I'm going to try it again. But before I do, I'm going to make a couple small tweaks because we found that these are not very useful. So this guy is useful because he's got card draw for us, but the other one was not. So what can we add back in that's going to help us mill? Mill. How about... what? Are they not called pandas? What's the one that returns... Oh yeah, Brewmasters, not pandas. We're going to put in a Brewmaster, which is like a ghetto shadow step. Especially when we're playing these Tavern Brawls, which tend to get to higher amounts of mana, right? So the obvious problem is that when you pull it back, it's still 3 mana, so it's tough to get out and play, but... So I don't feel great about it. Uh-oh. I am excited that I won a game. So there's my cold light. I kind of like this start, although I don't think I'm going to need the sap quite so early. And as has been proven, the sap is generally just returning things to their hand that they can play, which are going to give them more effects on their weapons. So I've got Cold Light Shadow Step. Good, nice early start. It's a warrior. Let's hope he's slow. I can... Generally, this is a good start. Once you get the kind of cards and the momentum going behind drawing those cards from the Cold Light, you've got a lot of options. What I don't fully understand, and it's probably something I need to look up, is how early you should kind of, for lack of a better term, pull out your Cold Lights in a matchup. I find myself waiting too long sometimes. Come on, man. We got a couple minutes. You here? This is one thing I don't like about Tavern Brawl, and I'd be curious if other people experience this as well. Part of the reason something like Mill Brawl is fun to do in Tavern Brawl is that there's no expectations, there's no concerns over losing a lot. You're not losing stars or even getting in the way of people completing quests and things. But I definitely get the vibe from people that they don't care so much about it. I mean, I get a lot more disconnects. I get a lot more people quitting out immediately when the matchup doesn't necessarily favor them. And that's just kind of a bummer. I totally get the design decision behind Tavern Brawl, which is something fun, something you can come in and do immediately, something you don't need a lot of cards for most of the time, which is huge, or at least that has crazy enough rules that you can build a deck with whatever cards you have and have some fun. The secret thing about Tavern Brawl that's great is how much it can communicate to the player about what's going on in the game, right? So this week, as an example, is just a really cool way to get to see a ton of weapons you haven't seen before. Kind of hopefully shake up the meta a little bit and have somebody say, I would assume a goal is, oh, that's really cool. I haven't seen the Poison Blade played in a real game before. Look at that. I bet I could make a cool deck around that. The other good example of that, right, is the Discover Tavern Brawls, where they have you discover something every turn, learn how that mechanic works, and go from there. But I don't think it's something that people kind of take very seriously, and I think that hurts it. I do wish there was a better leaderboard or Tavern Brawl style ranked system where it was more than just get your pack and mess around. So I've been doing this concept of Mill Brawl for myself now for weeks because I just think it's fun. I just give myself my own challenge, and I wish Hearthstone did that too. Okay. So I can backstab and run that into it, or I can try. I don't think I have any one costs. Oh, I didn't even see what did I get. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll try and kill it first, and if that doesn't work, I'll backstab and run my Deathlord into it. Deathlord's really good in this matchup because people have all sorts of crazy stuff that they want played. And then, you know, he's not in great shape because if he gets even 6 or 7 cards in his hand, that's going to give me the opportunity to jump in. So I realize the countdown timer is about to die. Oh, easy alarm. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Oh, man. Can I mill him right now? 5. No, because this obviously costs. But, man, we're close to doing some damage. This is going to give away what I'm doing. I'm tempted not to do it. I don't think this is the smart play, but I'm balling it all up into try and take a shot. Reveal me each day, yours costs more and more. No, okay, no battle cry. So the reason I stopped there was I obviously can't shadow step and have him draw more. So I'm hoping he has something big here, like a Shield Maiden. Something he just plays 1 card. Okay, that's big. Oh, he couldn't have played a Shield Maiden with the mana he has. Whoops. Okay. Ooh. How slow can I be? This is real slow. What's he gonna do when he comes out? Whoops. Should have killed him first. Okay. So I don't think he's gonna have a brawl. This would be a pretty nice board to brawl. Maybe. We'll wait and see. I could have killed this if I'd been smart enough not to put this out, but I wasn't, and I'm not. So there we go. 1 more big card, and then we can start the fireworks. Play something big. Shield Maiden. Just 1. No. Okay. Draw 1. That's even better. Play another shield block. You can't. You don't have enough mana. How about an Acolyte? Can you play an Acolyte? That'd be grand. Okay. Argent Lances for everyone. Alright. Well. The prep is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Alright. Gore Howl for the 2nd game in a row. I'm just kidding. All the draws. I don't think he has any way to make me draw cards, right? But it's probably not a bad idea to... Yeah, let's just do that. Because we'll wait and see. 1, 2... Ooh, Commanding Shout. Why would you have that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next turn I can easily get rid of 2 cards by doing Prep Eviscerate for 0 mana. I can still play both Cold Lights and then vanish them. Oh, wait, can I do that? 3, 4. No, I can't do that. I wish I could. What I was thinking was I could play both Cold Lights and then vanish them. Oh, this guy's in some serious trouble. Oh, see, you don't want to pull cards out. Too many Battlecry cards. Why is he running Axe Flingers? Alright. Wait. Not first. So let's do this. And this. And this. Then let's do... I can play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I can't do that. So I actually just want to do... I'm going to play the more expensive Cold Light. And then gang it up. Do I have too many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm good. Well, we are milling him, at least in some ways. The monkey is easily disposed of. It's probably not worth sending back. It's too cheap. Although if he plays a bunch of cards here, it's obviously worth sending them back. Let's see what he does. I think he's just got a bunch of big stuff in his hand. Inner Rage Charge. That's not good. Is he a burst? He is a burst. That makes Vanish significantly less good. Alright, so I can draw 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I don't want to do that. I could send this guy back, because he doesn't have charge. That's a pretty good weapon. It's probably worth doing that. That's a better weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure, I got those ganged up guys in here, so I can mill them a little bit. Okay, that's bad. I don't want to play that card. But the Blade Flurry's nice. Okay. This is going well. I'm well over my scheduled stop, which is not uncommon for me. So this is a dead card. I cannot play this. Oh, I should have removed these. They're just not in the spirit. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's okay. Oh, that's good. You only get to draw 1. And I get this crappy axe. So so I actually think I want to vanish this, because I want him to have to play this again. And I want to keep durability on my weapon. So he can't play that Harrison. This is why I love Tavern Brawl. So he can't play that Harrison. He can hit me for 4, but he knows I've still got a heal bot that's just going to keep coming out. I mean, he could play Harrison and get himself 3, but he's just going to replace it with a new weapon and burn. I mean, I don't think he's that dumb. I can't play my Harrison either. You know they're just going to burn. Oh, no! So that represents 8 damage. Why is this... Blizzard. It's just you and me now. I don't have any viewers in the stream. Let's talk. How has this showed up in all 3 of my games more than one time? While we were talking, I didn't see what just happened. Now I understand. Defeat. I managed to clutch defeat from the hands of victory. Hey, I don't see a more fitting way to go out than that. We got our win. Doesn't count as a mill win. I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but we also got cheated pretty good out of a win there at the end. So, hey, it's a roller coaster of emotions here on the stream. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next week, and I promise a full 1 hour.